Victoria Beckham was the most underestimated it girl of her era. In the late 1990s, Victoria Beckham was known to the world as Posh Spice from the Spice Girls. She was known as the polished one in the little Gucci dress, minimal vocals, maximum style. To most of the media and general public, she was seen as the quiet one, the posh one, the one who didn't sing much, the one married to a famous footballer, David Beckham. In tabloids, she was often treated more like an accessory to David Beckham's fame than an individual in her own right. Her identity was flattened into style cliches and wag culture stereotypes. But here's what people missed. While they underestimated her talent, her range, and her potential, Victoria was paying close attention. She was observing power, she was studying business, and she was building a vision no one else saw coming. Welcome back to Golden It Girl, a soft space for women stepping into their next era with elegance and intention. Here we explore the art of self-reinvention, the psychology of true it girl energy, and mindset shifts that help you live more beautifully, with more freedom, alignment, and self-trust. Today, we're talking about something most women eventually figure out. If you're being underestimated, it's not the insult people think it is. It's actually a huge advantage. It means you get to grow without everyone watching your every move. It means people don't see you coming, and by the time they do, you're already 10 steps ahead. If you're ready to begin your glow up from the inside out, then download The Soft Reset, a gentle guide filled with feminine rituals, mindset shifts, and identity upgrades designed to help you rise softly but powerfully. You can find the link in the description below this video or go to goldenitgirl.com. Victoria Beckham didn't loudly announce her next move. She didn't beg to be seen as serious. Instead, she let herself be underestimated and used it to her advantage. In 2008, she launched her eponymous fashion label, and the fashion world, still skeptical, braced for another failed celebrity brand. But this time, something was different. Instead of leaning into celebrity trends, she leaned into craftsmanship, tailoring, minimalism, quiet luxury before it was even trending, and she wore her own designs, effortlessly, without over-explaining. Over the years, her collections have earned critical acclaim, with pieces regularly worn by the likes of Meghan Markle, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Eva Longoria. Her brand became known for structure, elegance, and refinement, the same qualities people once mocked her for. Here's the truth. When people overlook you, they reveal more about them than about you. And if you're willing to forgo external applause while you're evolving, you get to build something authentic on your own terms. Victoria's power wasn't in proving people wrong loudly. It was in building quietly until her work spoke for itself. She didn't ask for credibility. She became credible. She didn't force respect. She earned it without ever raising her voice. The next time someone underestimates you, pause and smile. They're giving you the greatest gift of all, uninterrupted space to evolve. As author Ryan Holiday puts it, an ego is the enemy. Be lesser, be quiet, be gracious, and you will be ignored. That is your chance. Because when you're underestimated, you don't have to waste time managing perception. You can channel that energy into your becoming. That's the soft power of reinvention. Let's reframe what it really means to be underestimated. When someone underestimates you, they are not seeing your full capacity. And at first, that might feel dismissive, even insulting. But with the right mindset, it becomes a powerful advantage. Because when people underestimate you, several things happen, and most of them work in your favor. First, they watch less closely. People tend to monitor threats. If you're perceived as passive, harmless, or unambitious, you get to move without constant scrutiny. This gives you space to try, to fail, to refine, and to quietly build something meaningful before anyone even knows it's happening. When the spotlight isn't on you, you get to become without interruption. Second, they don't expect competition. Underestimation often leads others to let their guard down. They assume you're not a player, not a thinker, not a contender, and that assumption gives you time and positioning they won't see coming. This is part of what social scientists refer to as the advantage of perceived incompetence, a phenomenon where being overlooked actually makes you more powerful, not less. While they're focused on louder personalities, you're sharpening your edge, you're mastering your timing, you're preparing to move with precision when it counts. Third, they project their own limitations onto you. Most of the time, people underestimate others based on their own fears, assumptions, or unconscious bias. It's rarely about your true potential and almost always about their mental shortcuts. You're too quiet, too pretty, too soft, too stylish. They use traits they don't value to diminish your substance, but what they miss is everything in between. And while they're seeing you through a distorted lens, you're getting crystal clear on yourself. So the question isn't, why don't they see me? The question becomes, how much more powerful will I become while they're distracted? Fourth, they reveal their bias while you evolve. Underestimation is a mirror. It reflects more about them than it does about you. It shows you who's capable of vision and who only sees what's obvious. It shows you who can handle your growth and who is only comfortable with who you used to be. Let them underestimate. It's a quiet test, and they're failing it. Meanwhile, you are evolving, unbothered, undistracted, unfolding in your own rhythm. When you're underestimated, you get room to experiment without pressure, space to grow without critique, freedom to build without comparison, time to become without performance. While others are fixated on your old identity, you are refining a future version of yourself that they'll never be able to reduce again. Being underestimated simply means they haven't figured that out yet, and by the time they do, you'll already be 10 steps ahead. Let's pause and ground this entire conversation in feminine strategy, because being underestimated isn't just a temporary experience. It can become your quiet superpower if you know how to use it. This is the difference between simply being dismissed and deliberately choosing when to rise. This is how the true it girls, those women who seem to glide through transformation and glow-ups without needing to explain themselves, operate beneath the surface. Let's break down the psychology behind it. You get to choose when to be visible. Visibility becomes a choice, not a performance. This is key. When you're underestimated, you're not expected to shine, which means you get to be intentional about when and how you emerge. You get to curate your presence. You get to enter the room already knowing who you are, without needing to prove it. It's not about always being seen. It's about being strategically visible. True feminine power is not constant exposure. It's selective magnetism. The less often you show up, the more powerful your presence becomes. You gather information while others assume you're not a threat. When you're underestimated, people reveal more than they realize. They speak more freely, they let their guard down, they show you who they are because they're not performing for you. This is where you observe the room. You read the energy. You notice power dynamics, hidden agendas, subtle hierarchies. Behavioral psychology refers to this as a low-power observational stance. People in this position often collect more accurate social data because they're not distracted by performance anxiety or ego-driven behavior. In other words, while they're busy talking, you're listening. While they're trying to impress, you're learning what matters. This is how you get strategic while others get sloppy. This is how you win before they even realize they're playing a game. You get to build in peace. There is something sacred about being able to create without a spotlight. No one is refreshing your feed. No one is dissecting your choices. No one is waiting for you to fail. This gives you space to experiment without shame, pivot without explanation, and fail privately and recover powerfully. The less pressure to perform, the more innovative and aligned your work becomes. Quiet seasons are not empty. They are foundational. And when you're underestimated, you get the gift of working in that peaceful, uninterrupted space, while others burn out performing too early, too often, and too loudly. You rise with surprise impact. There is nothing more powerful than the woman they didn't see coming. Because you weren't chasing attention. You weren't begging to be noticed. You were becoming. So when you arrive, grounded, self-assured, unbothered, you redefine the room. This is the same reason why stories of quiet reinvention and unexpected glow-ups tend to hit harder. They interrupt the narrative. They force people to see you differently. You didn't demand your moment. You earned it while no one was watching, and that is the ultimate it girl move. While the world was busy mocking her for not smiling or calling her just a pop star, Victoria Beckham was quietly building a luxury brand on her own terms. No stunts, no chasing relevance, just strategy, patience, and vision. While the tabloids focused on her marriage and outfits, she was learning the business inside out, building real relationships in fashion, focusing on tailoring, quality, and brand positioning. She wasn't slapping her name on trends. She was designing for women like her, elevated, intentional, timeless. Her early collections were structured, neutral, and refined. She chose credibility over clout, showing at New York Fashion Week for the right reasons. By 2011, she was named Designer Brand of the Year, beating Burberry and Tom Ford. And today, her brand is worth over $100 million. No big rebrand, no loud announcements, just quiet consistency. That's real it girl energy, focused, rooted in self-trust, built to last. She didn't chase trends, she stayed in alignment and let the world catch up. Victoria Beckham reminds us, you don't have to reinvent loudly, you don't have to beg to be seen, you can simply evolve, strategically, quietly, and with impeccable taste, and eventually they'll notice. So if you've ever felt overlooked, if people still see the version of you that no longer fits, if they underestimate your depth, your drive, your reinvention, let them. Because their perception isn't your prison, it's your protection. When people underestimate you, they lower their guard. They underestimate your range, your capacity, your glow up, and that gives you room to rise without resistance. Here's how to turn that underestimated energy into your strategy. Don't defend yourself. Refine yourself. Every time you're tempted to explain yourself, to correct how someone perceives you, to prove your worth or your evolution, pause. Ask yourself, would that energy be better spent on a rebuttal or a result? Because over-explaining is a trap, and the moment you start narrating your becoming for other people, you lose intimacy with it. Refocus that energy. Use it to deepen your clarity, tighten your process, nurture your next move. You don't owe the world an explanation, just a result. Victoria Beckham once said, "I've been judged since the moment I wore a little black dress and sang Wannabe, but I'm proud of every chapter." Work on your foundation quietly. The life you're building doesn't need commentary, it needs consistency. It needs rituals that nourish your nervous system. It needs you to stay focused on the vision, even when there's no visible progress. The foundation isn't sexy, but it's sacred. Build privately. Let your integrity do the talking. Cultivate strategic mystery. You don't need to broadcast your glow up in real time. You're not obligated to share your process for it to be real. There's power in holding your vision close to your chest. Let people wonder what you're up to. Let them misread the silence. Strategic mystery isn't about being secretive, it's about being sovereign. Keep your energy focused. Let your moves reveal themselves when you're ready. Own the late bloomer energy. Maybe you weren't taken seriously in your 20s. Maybe people boxed you in, wrote you off, or underestimated your depth. So what? That wasn't your failure. That was their limited lens. Late bloomer energy is powerful because it's earned. It's rooted in self-knowing. It's unbothered by being underestimated because it no longer seeks permission. You don't need to catch up. You need to root down. Let them talk, and then let your results arrive. Unapologetically, undeniably, on time. The next time you feel underestimated, don't shrink. Smile. Because while they're underestimating, you're evolving. While they're dismissing, you're refining. And when the moment arrives, you won't need to announce it. You'll just embody it. Victoria Beckham once said, I've been judged, misunderstood, laughed at, but I've also kept going. That's the soft power of the woman they didn't see coming, the underestimated one, the one who stopped trying to be believed and started building instead. If you're in your underestimated era, know this. You are not behind, you are not invisible. You are evolving, beautifully and quietly. If you're ready to begin your glow up from the inside out, then download The Soft Reset. A gentle guide filled with feminine rituals, mindset shifts, and identity upgrades designed to help you rise softly but powerfully. You can find the link in the description below this video or go to goldenitgirl.com, where you can also find my curated seasonal picks to elevate your style, beauty, and it girl energy. Thanks for watching Golden It Girl. Please like, subscribe, and send this to your bestie. See you next time with even more glow up psychology and it girl strategy. As always, keep glowing and growing, and I'll see you in the next video.